Hi, I just finished the entire Tales of Arcadia saga. Let's talk about that ending. Hi, Ghaha Bran. Nice to meet you. Spoilers for the entire Tales of Arcadia saga, and Adventure Time, and the MCU. So I'm a bit late to the Trollhunters bandwagon. This series started way back in 2016, back when I was still in high school, and now I've graduated college. And the entire saga has just concluded in the 2021 Netflix movie, Trollhunters Rise of the Titans. And I do mean saga, because if you didn't know, Rise of the Titans isn't just the conclusion to Trollhunters. Trollhunters actually ended back in 2018 with the release of Part 3. No, in all of the hype and commotion of the MCU's ever-expanding universe, Guillermo del Toro and his team have been building a wholly original expanded universe right here on Netflix. And this contains Trollhunters, Three Below, and Wizards, with Rise of the Titans being the epic culmination of all three of them. This is like the Infinity War / Endgame of the Tales of Arcadia. And it was epic until the controversial ending. This is your final spoiler warning for the Tales of Arcadia saga. Anyways, if you've erased the ending of the movie from your mind like a lot of fans seem to have, Trollhunters Rise of the Titans essentially ends with Jim going back in time to the very beginning of Trollhunters the show, aka the beginning of all of Tales of Arcadia, and bestowing his troll hunting responsibilities onto his best friend Toby. So a lot of people despise this ending. This is like Iron Man snapping his fingers at the end of Endgame, and instead of killing Thanos' army, he chooses to go back in time to the beginning of Iron Man 1, so he has a chance to do everything better, like preventing civil war and all that. And understandably, a lot of people are actually very angry about this ending because it cheapens everything that happens in the franchise. Because when you go and rewatch Trollhunters 3 Below and Wizards, it's gonna feel like nothing has consequences. This all doesn't matter because it all gets erased in the timeline, right? Well, I don't actually hate this ending as much as some other people do, and I think I'm actually okay with it overall. I would like to preference that I, as an aspiring writer, would not write this ending. I just choose to enjoy things more than hate on them, so I often try to justify the choices and perspectives of other writers. So first things first, why am I okay with everything being erased? I'm okay with it because Jim's not out here retconning the entire series, he's changing things in the new timeline. Think of Hulk's explanation of time travel in Endgame. You as an individual cannot change what's already transpired because you've already experienced all of your past events in your lifetime. Jim is still a full-fledged troll hunter. He's still experienced all of that trauma and loss. Now, that doesn't really justify the character development reset for all the other characters that grew alongside Jim, but I'm just saying that Tales of Arcadia as we know it has not been erased. But the main point that I really want to drive home, that really just sold me on the ending of this movie, is that you're not supposed to think about it that hard. I'm not saying that it's a dumb ending and you should just accept that and you should just not think about it at all. I'm saying that Trollhunters is very much a fairy tale story. It's an adventure story. Don't forget that this started as a book series. You know, you're reminded of that at the end of each episode. The credits looks like a children's book. And the thing about fairy tales and just children's stories and adventure stories overall is that they're meant to be retold over and over again. We're over here picking apart each detail like Toby would die immediately because he didn't know how to cook and Jim knew how to cook and he translated his knife skills to his sword fighting skills and that's how he knew how to fight Bular when they first met. I don't think that's what the filmmakers were just going for when they were making this ending. Look at the ending to Adventure Time. The very end of Adventure Time. It ends with these two new characters who are very obvious iterations of Finn and Jake, and together they recreate the title card. I see this as a depiction of the cycle that just never ends. It's not so much of a passing of the torch, but more of a here we go again. That's how I see this ending. And look at it, Toby's filled with joy. They could have filled him with wonder or even hesitation and it would have felt like a totally different ending. But no, it's an optimistic ending. There's no next episode, there's no cliffhangers, there's no what's gonna happen next moment. The whole premise of Arcadia is that it's a cesspool for just weird activity and mystic adventures. And to me, the ending of this movie is a promise that those tales, the Tales of Arcadia, will never end. Man, I'm just really into Tales of Arcadia right now. I might review the 3 shows. Side note, I heard a theory that Jim still has this new amulet in this new timeline, so theoretically, there could be 2 Trollhunters running around in this new timeline. It kind of contradicts a lot of the stuff that I said in this video, but it sounds like a fun idea. And speaking of this video, if you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and comment, and also let me know what you want next, and subscribe so you don't miss on what you suggested to see if it was made into a video. Like I said, I might make reviews on the Tales of Arcadia series, but I need to know if that's what you guys want. But I also make a lot of MCU references. I made a lot in this video, so you might as well check out my Spider-Man No Way Home movie review just while you're waiting for that next video for next week. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.